to whirl. I'll tell you later, comma, I'm currently live streaming. And shout out to just a moment. Shout out to Kyle Warner. Good luck tonight at your show. Check him out on YouTube, Kyle Warner. And this live stream will be involving your chats. If there's anything you're interested in us covering, perhaps we'll riff on it. Leave us a comment. And thanks for commenting, smAsho Staff. And for you new viewers out there, smAsho Staff is our IT department, as well as our social media person. She's largely our publicist. She's our publicist at large and our IT department. So give smAsho Staff a raise by visiting our links, picking up some merch, perhaps Patreon. smAsho Staff needs a raise, and so do I, frankly. And I won't get into my plight. And let me just cut that, as that is our wind down music. So earlier we were talking about the world magnetic model with Eugene, and here's just a quick teaser of the kind of stuff we'll be covering. I would quickly note that Earth's geomagnetic pole is actually moving toward the geographic pole, but the magnetic pole is moving, well, actually, both are moving back toward. Actually, the magnetic pole is actually moving away from the geomagnetic pole. But the geomagnetic pole is moving toward the geographic pole. Here's what's going on in the north. North geomagnetic pole moving toward North Pole. And the difference is basically the magnetic pole is the surface, the close-up measurement of the Earth, and the geomagnetic pole is space, the location of the pole over the overall net field in space. So make sure you check that out. That'll be airing at 3 p.m. today. Entitled, Geomagnetic Mayhem. Eugene and smAsho square off. And who's the geomagnetic jerk? This guy wants to know. So I'll have to watch the video at 3. As many of our viewers are well aware, I'm not only smAsho, I'm also a client. So Eugene carefully and kindly explained all of this stuff. And you can find this information yourself at the World Magnetic Model page. Just do a search for World Magnetic Model if you like. There's the declination. And this is the total intensity of field itself. And we'll have to stop saying that the Earth has two magnetic poles, two north magnetic poles. It really doesn't have two north geomagnetic poles. I was mistaken. I apologize. I will make a video entirely about that. So, but anyway, check out our thumbnail. It's a little bit on the over-the-top side. I don't want to leave that on screen too long. But make sure you check that out. It'll be airing at 3 o'clock. And it's one thing that we didn't talk about that we'll have to make a video about separately is where Earth's geomagnetic field comes from, right? So also make sure you follow us on Twitter. It's twitter.com/smAshomash. And again, leave us comments. Let us know if there's anything you'd like us to talk about on the stream, as we don't just want to talk about what's on the Twitter feed, but we will go there. So yesterday we actually made a video inviting Geraldo. Geraldo, make sure you drop us a line so we can feature some, I don't know, maybe we'll make a weekly series, medical advice from Geraldo. What do you think? What do you think, viewers? Maybe we'll make some merch, featuring Geraldo's face, the non-broken by a chair one, just the regular Geraldo face. I think it'll be good. By the way, have you seen the Smash of Hazard? We were promoting that earlier this morning. Oh, and since we wouldn't want to spread any medical disinformation, right? Or will we? Let's play a tiny clip, less than 8 seconds, of Saint Dr. Fauci. I know you wanted this on the screen. Allow me to promptly get off of the screen. All right. Clench your sphincters, viewers. Clench your sphincters. I'm going to give you a countdown. Are those sphincters clenched? 3, 2, 1.
You individually, which also impact others, and get the spread of infection that we're seeing now, the surge in cases, John, is impacting everyone.
All right, so I got to say, folks, once again, we're back into a case-demic
in the country. So although
I don't know if you noticed that we're in a case-demic or not, but if you don't quantify number of cases with number of tests or with number of hospitalizations, number of deaths, some other relevant statistic like that, when deaths are falling off a cliff, cases are certainly irrelevant. So in any case, that's some of the stuff that's going on the Twitter. And brace yourself. If you're prone to seizures, you may want to avert, because I'm going to show you let's navigate to it. I'll show you how to find this file without even going to Twitter. I know many of you despise the brand. So let's do a little tutorial here. So instead of being on twitter.com/smAshomash, type in smAshomash.com. As we decided to become alt tech in 2019 because we saw the writing on the wall and we didn't like what it said. So we decided to build our own web ring. And while we're here, today's featured product is Mansa. Make America Not Suck Again. It comes in a cap, but it comes in a bunch of other things as well. This is from the smAsho merch link on the homepage, by the way. Make America Not Suck Again. It's up to you, not giant bureaucracies. And it does come in hat form. By the way, we'll be changing our Patreon tiers pretty soon. I won't spend any time talking about that, as I haven't put it in writing for our patrons yet. Oh, and by the way, I'm currently wearing a purple Mansa shirt. Should be able to see that. Yes. Make America Not Suck Again. If you're wondering when the cavalry arrive, could it be because you're the cavalry? Just saying. All right. So now back to what I was saying here. If you head to our homepage, but I digress. If you head to our homepage, you'll find our social media up here and our forum, as we've put up some new information here recently. There's a forum entirely about the sun, heliophysics, and so on. The sun. Simple, right? Well, it's not really that simple, I guess, but our solar events logger is where you'll find all kinds of fantastic stuff, like the GIF that we just made. And all right, here's where you may want to avert your gaze, as this is a 9 millisecond animation in 5 wavelengths. So I thought this was splentacular. And we've got some pretty good graphics on the channel. You could say that. Our graphics are they're pretty good. And I'm hearing very strange noises in the background. I think there's a kid on a kazoo or something. I don't know what the heck that is. It's a very strange sound. Let us know, Smash staff, if you know what that means. Yowzers. I think I might have melted my own brain with that one. Don't stare at that too long, folks. Here at the Smash News Network, we don't want you to stare at that too long because we want to remain the least busted name in news. All right. So, we're just going to browse some news headlines. I'm just going to literally DuckDuckGo search the word. Oh, it's a Bing search as we're using Microsoft Edge browser on this video. This is not an ad for Microsloth. Certainly not. So let's go to googlenews.com. I'm sure that's very objective. Have you heard about everybody requesting accountability for Governor Cuomo? Yeah, what's going on with Governor Cuomo? Is he the De Niro or the Pacino of coronavirus, Is he going to be sorting glass soon and requesting that he not be thrown away? What do you think? Hey, you and me, Dr. Fauci, we're like the De Niro and the Pacino of coronavirus, So, Dr. Fauci, what do you think of this? Should we, would you like to be the De Niro, or do you want to be Pacino? Dr. Fauci, I'm not sure which one I want to be there. I don't think I want to, commit to being either one, because then I might hurt the feelings of the other guy, It might cause me to adjust my theories on masks, on lockdowns, and on herd immunity there. I might raise my herd immunity requirements to 1,000%. Has Dr. Fauci required you to get 10 shots now instead of 2? Leave us a comment. Let us know. Remember, folks, asking questions only gets Megyn Kelly fired. It doesn't get you banned from social media sites. So that being said, let's check out what's going on the Google News headlines. They'll be really objective, of course. Now, let's go to another story that we shared with our patrons, because I found some amazing, amazing things that I'm probably just going to spend like 5 minutes laughing and laughing. But, yeah. Just heading to zerohedge.com real quick. And I'm going to take that off the screen because I don't want to display stuff I shouldn't be displaying, as I'm not really affiliated or anything with Zero Hedge. But I found an interesting article that I shared with our patrons. And they may have or may not have found the PDF file that we were talking about. But I think it's going to be on page 2. I think it's a pretty brand new article, if I remember correctly. As I'm looking at a whole lot of different things at the same time. Things like Governor Tom Wolf. Things like Governor Tom Wolf, a governor who should leave Pennsylvania and never return after he resigns. Yes, All right, where is it? I'm going to find it. Anyway, the point is, while I continue to look for this, everybody, including Joe Biden, have requested that Cuomo resign. Oh my God. Suddenly I think he diddled somebody. So suddenly he resigned and they're demanding accountability. So, yeah. We're going to open the PDF file. Well, let's see what Joe Biden had to say. Here's a clip.
I have a question for you on coronavirus, but first I'd like to start with the news of the day. Given back in March, you said that if the investigation confirmed the allegations against Governor Cuomo, then he should resign. So will you now call on him to resign, given the investigators said the 11 women were credible?
I stand by that statement.
Are you now calling on him to resign?
Yes.
And if he doesn't resign, do you believe he should be impeached and removed from office?
All right, who cares? At least he wasn't wishy-washy on it, and he said yes. Yes. He made sure not to give them the soundbite that they wanted, I think. So, there's been a lot of people getting felt up. Let's just cut to the chase here. Let's just cut to the chase there, De Niro, Pacino. I'm not sure if both of these actors are gonna sue him here or not here. But I don't know why they brought innocent actors into this, or all right, let's get that out from behind my head there. Let's get me off the screen while these entities. Let's not be on the screen at the same time as these entities. Oh, somebody's getting face grabbed. Embedded in this article, folks. Embedded in this article. I think it's on page 3 of the Zero Hedge site. Is a PDF file. Here it is. Here's his 85-page defense. And wait till you see what's going on page 42, huh? You're going to be like, hey, that's an awful nice whatever you got there. Be ashamed if I inappropriately touched it. So essentially, what I'm gathering from this is that part of the defense is that everybody's getting felt up all the time, and that's why this is a thing. So let's just scroll this for the lull of this. We're scrolling it for the lullin'. All right. There looks like a normal hug. Nothing weird about this. All right. What else do we got? Here's, I guess I'm allowed to be on the screen because I'm laughing at the hilarity of this. Here's Cory Booker gripping up Kamala Harris while Joe Biden whispers in his ears, check his oil, check his oil. Here's a normal looking hug. Kamala with a supporter as she checks the supporter's oil, perhaps, although I can't see that hand. There's a missing hand. Where is that missing hand located? Here's Obama kissing a woman who's reeling in horror. No, she's like leaning to the side. And yes, here he is kissing Pelosi about 70 years ago when Pelosi looked like she still had something between her skin on her face and her skull. Here's a guy who's, now this one, I don't know what's going on here. I think he may be trying to make out with Obama's bicep, and Obama's bicep may be offering him a cheek or something. I don't know. What I do hope is that Obama is not flexing in this image, because if he is, God help Jay Carney. God help him. That nothing will stand in the way of that bicep. Moving on. Suddenly my scroll's broken. There we go. All right, here's Obama about to lick Angela Merkel's neck. Angela Merkel said, "Das ist gut, Herr Obama. Das ist prima, ja. Tschüss." Here's Obama with comforting some woman. Looks perfectly normal. And we can see both of his hands, an indication his oil is being checked. Here is Cuomo asking if he can check Obama's oil, and Obama frowning and nodding and then saying no because he likes to send mixed signals. That's why he says and so much. Next, W. Bush looking like he's trying to smash a woman's skull against his chest. Hopefully he didn't mash her skull against his chest, because I don't want to be involved in this. And what's next? Brace yourselves. Take a couple deep breaths. More political feel-ups on page 7. Starting with Oprah. Yes. Oprah being kissed on the cheek by W. I can smell vodka through the screen, actually, on this. Here we've got something that looks totally normal. W with his arm around a soldier in like 2004 because she's wearing woodland camo. Here's Condoleezza Rice getting kissed on the cheek by Bush. And I think she may be checking his oil here. So leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Here we've got Speaker Pelosi. Look at the cufflink on this guy. Oh my God. He probably had that woven from fibers that he grew himself on an Argentinian ranch. Another Angela Merkel cheek kiss. Later, the tongue went in the ear. The journalist failed to capture that moment. We apologize. We'll search for it later and leave a link below the video. Here's Obama, and he's grabbed Hillary Clinton's hand because she was grabbing straight for the junk. And he realized the cameras were running, so he blocked it. Here's Michelle Obama. Both hands visible here. Perhaps she's getting an oil check. They should have included more information in the Cuomo defense, though. Here's Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton looking quite natural and not like ultra-rich sociopathic career politicians. Not that they should. I was just saying that they don't. Here's Hillary Clinton and Chuck Schumer making plans for oil checks. By the way, for you who don't know what an oil check is, it's when you reach in the person's pocket and you grab their smartphone and you schedule an appointment at Jiffy Lube, or perhaps Meineke, or wherever you get your oil, Valvoline, wherever you get your oil changed. Because you check the oil, see, and then it elongates the life of your engine. This one's really weird here. This one looks very, very uncomfortable. That's Harry Reid there. This looks fairly natural. This looks really contrived. They're fakely kissing each other's cheek from 4 inches away. Here's Obama kissing Pelosi. Here's Biden kissing Pelosi. Leave a comment if you think Pelosi is totally hot. Here's Cuomo grabbing a young girl's chest or something. He's got his hand inappropriately on her abdomen. Something. Here's, I don't know what that's supposed to be. It looks pretty natural. Anyway, that was our section on the defense of Cuomo. Let's actually scroll the thing here. This is going to be one for the ages, folks. I'm just going to let this scroll and then let us know. I'll put your chats on the screen momentarily, but let's just, this is just spectacular. So the defense is publicly visible. And by Rita M. Glavin, how would you like to have that job? Would that be a job you'd enjoy? Goodness graciousness. So yeah, we started a few minutes early today, folks, and the reason is because we have to end the video early as we have a premiere to attend at 3 o'clock. So I'll just let a little more of this scroll here, because there's nothing better than broadcasting the legal defense of a sitting governor of New York, especially when you're not in New York. Hopefully we're not leaking anything we ought not to be leaking, but somehow I think if it's still on the Zero Hedge site on page 3, it'll be just fine. What do you think? A lot of people will consider this some sort of a conspiracy theory or propaganda site, but Zero Hedge nearly always includes the background information, so it's hilarious when the defense to an argument is that website is fake news. You need to attack the details of a subject matter if you'd like to say somebody's incorrect about something, right? So anyway, let's take that off the screen, as you may be too horrified to continue to look at it. As I know, it's definitely slowly sucking the life out of this stream. So let's go to the current headlines here. Where do you think we're going to go, folks? Just where do you think we're going to go? We have a certain spot that we always like to go to on these live streams. And I'm going to let you see it actually load. There you go. CBSnews.com. Now, just a warning, they have this monstrous header at the top before the headlines even appear. They have this header. It takes up the whole screen and more. Oh, yes, send me notifications, CBS News. Yes, I get to experience these things, so you don't. So as we perform our news distillation services, we are on the edge of our seats here at the Smash News Network, least busted name in news. We're at the edge of our seats as we wonder what will happen next. What should we be frightened of? What can CBS's corporate donors offer us that would be in our best interests? Anyway, let's get past this monstrosity of a header and get to their latest headlines. Oh, look, the best lobster tails. The first thing you see is an ad. Oh, brother. Trump asks court to block IRS from giving tax records to House. Ah, yes. Still trying to get a hold of Trump's tax records. They're going to be trying to get his tax records from his estate in the year 2097. First paragraph. Former President Donald Trump. We'll assume this isn't slanted. Former President Donald Trump asked a federal court on Wednesday to block the Treasury Department from handing over 6 years of his tax returns to the House Ways and Means Committee after a Justice Department said last week that the IRS must turn them over. Ah, the House Ways and Means Committee, huh? Hey, IRS, that's an awful nice set of Trump's tax documents you got there. Be a shame if you handed them over, eh? I apologize. Believe me, it's not as annoying as being here when I'm doing this all day long to smAsho staff. Anyway, if anybody's got any stories you'd like us to cover? We definitely don't want to go back to Cuomo. And let's actually put your chats on the screen as we had some comments just coming in. Here we go. And thanks for commenting. XX Spray and Play XX and Scott Martian. Oh, Scott Martin. Let me make this larger. Yes, thanks for leaving comments. Cheers. Maybe Trump's got something to hide. Maybe he just wants to waste their time and string them along because he doesn't like them. I have no opinion on it, frankly, as I am neither a Trump supporter nor a detractor. I don't have my brain clouded by politics, period. So a little background on my political history. I have no political party affiliation, ever. I've always been critical of people who are ineffective at their jobs, and I've always been complimentary toward those who excel at their jobs, as I want to live in a place that's like a meritocracy. What about you? Let's see what else we got at the CBS News front. Of course, they're going to have a boner for Trump for the next century. They're going to be like, Donald Jr., that's some nice grandkids you got there. Be a shame if we asked for their tax records, eh? You know what's incredible, folks? The power of the smartphone. We have amazing smartphones with computing power that you couldn't even have considered in, for example, I don't know, the mid to late 1980s, let's say. Computing power right in your pocket with insane ability to do all kinds of math. You could have every game on your Atari 2600, every game ever made on the Atari 2600, all playing at the same time in the background. And it would use like 1/10,000,000th of your computing power on your smartphone. And yet, do they work well? I'm asking. Leave us a comment. Let us know. Does your smartphone work well? Is planned obsolescence built into your Apple device? Is the software barely functional on its best day and never fully functional? Or is it my imagination? I used to write code. We used to do a thing called debugging our software, where you would go to all the features and do all the things to the features to find out if they work. Apparently maybe that's now outdated. That must be some obsolete kind of software writing technique to debug your software so it functions and isn't full of bugs, glitches, and errors. Nothing to see here, folks. Their software is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. It's fantastic. Let's go to yahoonews.com, which is actually news.yahoo.com, I guess. Yeah, it redirected me. You see, that's good stuff right there. Yahoo knew that people would type in yahoonews.com and they bought the domain and put a redirect on it. Isn't that splendid? And their first thing is an ad as well. Now, of course, the Bing browser, the Edge browser, is it? I think it's the Edge browser. I don't know what the heck it is. Yeah, the Edge browser doesn't have ad blocks or a built-in VPN. I usually use Opera on this PC, but I also use Brave, and I'm not going to get into the software battles going on here at the Smash News Network. So still talking about cases. Let's don't read that story, as the video will be instantly demonetized. We're keeping it in the chill mode, in the after we're keeping it real and not getting too crazy. Here's an advertisement. Since this is a YouTube live stream, if you head to youtube.com/smAsho, you'll find playlists there. And our latest playlist is our latest update to a playlist is on our terms defined playlist. So, and it is geomagnetic mayhem. Now, we won't be defining the term geomagnetic mayhem. We'll just be squaring off and determining which one, if either, or possibly even both, is or are the geomagnetic jerks. You be the judge, as viewer comments are crucial to the operation of the Smash News Network. Least busted. Naming news. So yeah, make sure you join. What I'm saying is, make sure you join us at the premiere. And we'll put your chats back on the screen here. There we go. We'll put it over where the chats appear on the thing, at the thing by the place where the dude has the things on the thing, at the stuff by the place. Yeah, that. Let's see if we can scroll. And indeed we can't. Yes, we'll have to manually scroll. There you go. This is the glitz and glamour of YouTube live streaming, folks. Oh, it's smooth scrolling. Everybody, we'd like some applause, and we're going to send ourselves $20. By the way, seriously, thanks to our one-time donors. Thanks to our patrons, especially. And Scott Martin, congratulations, you're our latest mod. We gave out, I think that's the 4th wrench we gave out today. It's been a very iron heavy day. We've been handing out lots of wrenches. Scott Martin the Martian is possibly what this guy's name is. Cheers. That is. So he likes his Galaxy S10. All right, good. What do you think of the Android operating system and generally the app's use of the hardware? Do you think the apps are getting a good bang for their buck out of the hardware that they have access to, or do you think that they're a little bit inefficient? Troy McClure, a longtime wrench owner, wants a reverse-plated diamond plate to be able to lap a ceramic tile and get an optical flatness, flat mirror finish on his straight razors. All right. Yeah, the pandemic sucks. And you know what doesn't suck? The virus. What does suck is the ridiculous human reaction. What was up with the reaction to the COVID? The problem isn't the virus. The problem is mankind doing idiotic things. It's horrifying. What's not horrifying is our own webpage, which we put together for viewers just like you. Not just to support the channel, but to get involved with the stuff that we're into, like explaining solar polar field reversal cycles and forecasting coronal mass ejections before they occur. If you check out the smAsho merch link, you'll be sent to this site. I gotta say, Microsoft Edge browser performs pretty well. If there are plugins that you can get, it might be worth checking out. I think Smash staff actually said she likes it. And the best bet, folks, is to have multiple browsers. Seriously, you know, this is my tech support minute. Your best bet is to have multiple browsers, because if you have multiple browsers, it will make you less likely to decide that you want to pole vault the caldera. So please have multiple browsers. If one starts acting funny and some feature stops working on a website, don't hurl your computer out the window and find an active volcano and an expensive vault pole and go and pole vault the caldera a la Steve Stimpak. No, don't do something like that. Just have, if you're using Chrome, try Mozilla or something. They all may work differently with what it is you're doing with them, right? No matter how, but to quote Winston Churchill, if you're going through hell, keep going. Ah, yes. Check out the floor pillow. That thing is gigantic. If you do pole vault the caldera, maybe put this on the other side, but don't. If you do pole vault the caldera, this pillow, you can get it in, it only comes in one size. Cover only? What? Anyway, it's 36 by 36. I guess you got to shove your own fill inside of it. You got to shove your own fill inside. I don't think that will get us banned from YouTube. Anyway, it's got the address on there. Nice. Also cotton tote bags. And that brings me to another point. I'll sort of unofficially announce this once again. Turns out we are going to be launching our own website membership subscription service thing. There'll be a 1-year paid up membership with some free merch. And you'll actually get a discount. So it'll be like you're getting like 3 months free. And we're expecting it to be $9.99 a month. So we'll at least eliminate one Patreon tier, probably 2 Patreon tiers. We may still keep Patreon. We haven't fully decided what we'll be doing with that, but there'll be a new URL built at smAsho.com. And that'll be the location of the smAsho membership subscription services station. And there'll be different sort of like tiers on Patreon, but not really, because it's not the same thing. So anyway, that's sort of the unofficial announcement there about what's going on at smAshomash.com. And we'll have more on that later. We'll be letting patrons know before anybody else. We'll probably have to make a video about it. And whatever happens, make sure you don't pole vault the caldera. Seriously, it is dicey at the top of an active volcano. And the last thing you want to be doing is attempting track and field events. Also, check out our other designs. You may find some slightly, I don't know. But check it out. Again, you can link to all of that at smAshomash.com. So it seems like a pretty weak news day. Let's see what's going on the sort of financial markets. The financial market front. Front to back is the way the financial market is supposed to wipe. So let's take a quick gander at cryptocurrency. And that should be on the screen. Yes. Here's Bitcoin on Coinbase. Currently 39,533. So that's Bitcoin as reported by the Coinbase exchange. And you can see it reached a bit of a support level here, maybe. We'll also check out Ethereum. Here's Ethereum on Coinmetrics, a different exchange. Ethereum currently up $200 to $2685.43, $2,685.43. That's a 1-year chart. Ethereum, the speculative investment that some people think is currency. Not this guy, Not this guy, see? And also we'll look at the third most held, excuse me, We'll look at the third most held on Coinbase. Here's the Stellar Lumens quote from, I don't know. These look pretty similar. Oh, pretty different, actually. Check it out. 0.02 of a cent difference. 0.2 of a cent difference. Anyway, here it is on Coinmetrics. This is the Coinmetrics quote. And the reason these vary, folks, is because these things trade very fast. So, Stellar Lumen's currently at 28 cents per Stellar Lumen. Let us know your favorite crypto in the comments. That's Smash Staff's and I favorite crypto right now. And we only own small token positions in that. We're not hardcore crypto enthusiasts. We just decided to make some speculative investments, small token ones, because it looked like the opportunity was there. And of course, Stellar Lumens, well, I'm not going to get into what Stellar Lumens is. So the 30-year bond seems to have some purchasing going on as it's down in value. And for you economic wizards, you may already be aware that bond weakness in a bond means it's probably being purchased. Who in their right mind would purchase a U.S. 30-year treasury? I have no idea. But it looks like the Japanese and German bonds have both been seeing some purchasing also. So some action there in the long-term markets. U.S. bonds still selling. So people, it looks like people are probably investing in U.S. equities. And I wouldn't blame them, because as far as buying equities, what's better in the rest of the world, really? I mean, the U.S. economy isn't going nowhere, and it's a lot more nimble than most of the other world economies. And while the value of the dollar may look weak, it's not weak with respect to other currencies. Gold is up 60 cents. Gold is up 60 cents, a rise of 0.03%. Here's your gold chart. And that last bit of it looks very similar to crypto, although it isn't the same kind of a bet hedge, especially if you're dealing in physical gold and silver. Anyway, the Dow is down 259 points. The NASDAQ is up 48 points. Will it show winners and losers? I like winners and losers. That's my thing. I don't know. I'm going to get off of this site, though. Let's look at HuffPo. TheHuffPost.com. What's Ariana talking about today? And it looks like some... Ew, that is one ugly ad. Yowzers. Oh, yeah. So, the WHO pause vax boosters so other countries can catch up. What do you think about that? Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about pausing vax boosters so other countries can catch up. All right. We'll just let your chat scroll here. And thanks again, once again, for everybody leaving comments. Don't forget to tell your friends and foes about the channel. Keep Google quarantined to Chrome. Yeah, that wouldn't hurt. It might be a good idea to actually use Chrome for our streams. We're actually using Opera to stream right now, and you can see at the bottom of the screen there. We're actually running Opera and Edge and OBS. But there aren't many tabs open in the browser, so that's what'll really kill your computer's resources, folks, is having too many tabs open in the browsers. You can have a couple browsers open, just don't have 85 tabs open in one of them. So we've actually been using the Brave browser for the Daily Space Weather videos. And you can save the entire series of bookmarks in there. So look at that ad. That ad is horrific. Okay, it must have been timed. It went away. Oh, brother. All right, I'm just going to read the top paragraph here. The head of the World Health Organization called Wednesday for a moratorium on administering booster shots. Who is really getting boosters? I mean, do you know anybody who's gotten a COVID booster? I don't know anybody. And while my vaccination status is none of your business, I really don't need to know whether or not. Oh, that's a beautiful ad. That's just beautiful. Since I don't need to really know whether or not you're vaccinated for any rational reason, nor did I last year in January. I have no rational reason to care if you're vaccinated. I mean, maybe I should make shirts that say, I don't care if you're vaccinated. I guess maybe that'll be a thing. I honestly, by last May, I was considering making clothing that said, cough on me. And had like a stick figure like you'd see on a bathroom sign, like one of those rounded stick figures. Have one of those and another one and one coughing on the one. Don't worry, folks. That's not medical misinformation. It's just I don't find it to be reckless because I find it. And of course, everybody has a different health profile, right? Everybody has different risk factors and yada, yada, yada. Different whatevers. And we have to get off this site because this is just horrendous. I'm going to close out the video here. I'm just going to head back to our own site and invite you, of course, to check it out. You can actually play some of our at smashamash.org. We'll redirect you to smashamash.com. And welcome everybody to the Neo Renaissance. You can use our smashamash.com/forum as your own personal social media if you like. It works very much like any message board. They're all pretty much the same. We've embedded smashamash.org presents The Sun. The videos number 1 through 9. So you can play all of those directly in the homepage. Part 3 has the Moonlight Sonata. And so it's some pretty spectacular imagery here. This is a very long period. This is about a 20-minute video. Play it on your biggest screen. And of course, this is actually the music from Part 3. For some reason, it refuses to go full screen. I don't get it. But you can play those right on the homepage at smashamash.com. And again, make sure you join us for the upcoming premiere. Of course, this video right here. Geomagnetic Mayhem, Eugene and Smash square off. Should be interesting. We will be attending the live premiere in the chat. Oh, and let us put your chats back on the screen here again. Thanks everybody for typing stuff our way. We'll scroll all the way through before we close things out. Troll McClure says, Rob Braxman is the guy making de-Googled phones. He has a channel too. Yeah, there's another channel called Switch to Linux. That's pretty good too, although that guy actually uses a Google phone. And we probably will actually make some content ourselves about switching to Linux and dual boots and all kinds of stuff like that. As we're not currently running Linux, we're currently running Windows 10, if you must know. We're running Windows 10 right now. And but running shell Windows 10, Wine within a Linux platform and emulating Windows and running it that way instead is something that we will eventually do. As our operation grows, we will actually pick up some little beefier computers, because the amount of hardware that I'm using right now to make these videos is incredibly low. Yes. See, if you only run Google apps within Google Chrome, then you can sort of keep that only in the one browser, and then you'll have a little bit of less argument. In other words, if you have two browsers open at the same time, folks, and you decide to have your YouTube channel, and let's say you've got a YouTube channel and you have YouTube open on different browsers, and then you want to like use a different account, you can run into problems. Google will be like, "Hey, is this you trying to log in? Use our two-step authentication." And it's kind of obnoxious, but I got to say, that's one thing that I don't dislike about Google is the way Android OS just transfers to another. Like, you barely even have to use backup anymore. It pretty much just does it by itself. And of course, it must spy on you in order to do it, but it is pretty seamless. Like, if you drop your phone in water, it, in my experience, works pretty well to keep a lot of your data intact. You can even set the backup to like keep your programs and settings and desktops and stuff. Anyway, it's something that we could theoretically get into on the channel at some point. And Troll, yes, we can absolutely send stuff to the Czech Republic. I'm pretty sure we just sent some stuff to Australia, to Tasmania, actually. So, yeah, I'm sure if it can go to Tasmania, they'll be able to handle sending it to Czechia. Yeah, Czechia. Good times. All right, what do we got here? There's a story. We'll put it up briefly. Yes. Oh, thank you, Nay. That is just fantastic. That is fantastic. Oh dear, antibodies to SARS-CoV-2 detected in 40% of white-tailed deer in 4 U.S. states. Now, this is a thing that we actually covered very early in the pandemic. There was a famous tiger in a zoo that caught COVID, and and we just laughed and laughed. It turns out your dog is a little bit less susceptible to COVID than your cat, and it's hilarious. So, yes, that's one of my favorite comments in ages. So, again, join us at the premiere. And what can we do here? I'll put up some graphics for you. I'll put up some graphics for you and play one more track to close things out. This one is Stacker Do, and we'll see you next time on our weekly Wednesday stream. This is typically done from 2 to 3. We're ending a little bit early to view the premiere, so see you there, hopefully.